screwed up.
It's going back to this weird thing. Oh well. They're gonna have to live with it. It's working.
Yep. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, welcome to our third game of the day. Features the South battling the Metro East. Metro East is the visitor on your board, and the South will be the home team. We start out with the strike. Just getting some lineups ready here. Leading off is Roseville's Mark Olberding. And that was a strike. Breaking ball in for a strike. Little tapper back beyond the mound. Shortstop comes over to make the play and throws it away into the crowd. We are hoping no one got hurt. That runner is moving over to second base. Folks are taking a look and seeing what happened back there.
Yeah.
A lot of concerned looks over here. That ball was coming in hot. Hopped over the fence after it hit the ground. I hope everybody's okay. Well, that puts a runner on second base with nobody out right off the bat. First pitch is a strike. Olberding at second base. Brady Dracula from Parker Cottage Grove is the batter. That ball gets by the catcher, goes to the backstop. Olberding moves up to third base. Probably not the start that Nolan Thompson wanted. Nolan Thompson is from Northfield. Had quite a high school career there. Came out here and got a couple of first strikes. Looks like everything is fine down the first base line. We had cause for concern there as everybody looked pretty nervous, but we have a little guy coming and bringing the baseball over to our foul ball shagger. And from what I understand, they get $1 for that. So if our live stream goes silent for a while, it's just because I want to go get $1 and get a foul ball. Well, inside out swing brings in a run. Olberding scores. And we have Dracula on first base. That was a great at-bat. Jordan Dela from Roseville is going to hit third. Nobody out. One run on the board already for the Metro East. And that was awfully close to being up and in and hitting the batter. Dela ducks out just in time. Followed third base way. Down by the fence. Two and one's the count. A lot of foul balls today. I don't know how they can afford these $1 foul ball pickups, but they figure out a way. See, I bet they've given away a crisp $100 bill already today. There's a lot of little kids that are buying Robux on online as a result of coming to Chaska Athletic Park. Runner on first, nobody out. That pitch is off the plate for a ball, full count. Runner was going. Full count. Daloff protects the plate. And everybody will go back and reset. Ball hit the right. Ian Regal on the run. Makes a nice running catch in foul territory for the first out of the inning. Long run. Track that down. I think the last couple foul balls that were to the right side maybe moved Ian over a little bit in order to allow him to make that catch. Otherwise, he might not have been able to get to that. That ball is high. Little ground ball to third base, throw into second base for the first out, and no throw to first. They get the lead runner. And that'll bring up Seth Nelson, who hails from Matamidi.
From Matamidi, third baseman, number 9, Seth Nelson.
Courtesy 14.
Looks like we have a courtesy runner coming in from St. Agnes, Aiden Walsh. Aiden takes his lead at first base. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. And Nelson swings through it for strike one. Well, I'd say if Thompson can get out of this with just one run, that's a pretty good success. And allow his team to go up and hit. See if they can get that back. Fall back. 2 strikes on the hitter, 1 ball. Makes you wonder if they're going to try to move the runner. And I don't, in an All-Star series, you don't know if they're going to have signs, but runner stays. Sometimes guys will go on their own, and judging by how dirty Aiden Walsh's jersey is, it looks like he likes to slide a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if he takes off here soon. Not much of a lead. Ball is high, full count, 2 down. And we know with a full count, 2 out, that the runner's on the move. Seth Nelson works it to a full count. Runner goes, hit the center, soft fly ball, and it's caught. That'll finish off this inning. 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error. I'm sorry, run on 1 hit and no errors.
He scored 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and there was 1 left on base. Half inning. Metro East 1. And South
1 run on 1 hit and 1 error. Our board is off a little bit up here, but that's okay. Go to the top of the second, where the Metro East will take defense. All right, Don Gowerlich back here from Chaska Athletic Park. where the temperature is holding steady at a nice 93 calm, cool degrees. Kyle Bechtel will lead off, followed by Adrian Tietz, Riston Wojcik, and Ian Regal. Those are your first 4 hitters from the south. And Metro East will send to the mound Sam Gary from Mahtomedi.
Leading off in the bottom of the first inning from Caledonia, the second baseman, number 6, Kyle Bechtel.
Kyle Bechtel hails from Caledonia High School, and he'll lead off things for the south. Interesting. Kyle has a stance just a little bit off the plate. A lot of these guys, I'm noticing when they come up to the plate, their toes are almost right at the chalk line there. Kyle gives himself a little bit of space. First pitch is a strike. Breaking ball comes in low and inside for a ball. Outfield straight away. Infield's at normal depth. And the pitch. Little flare to right field. Second baseman makes a great play. Great diving play.
Gold glove play right
Yep,
there.
that's a potential gold glove play right there. Let's see if we can figure out who made that play, John.
That was a great diving catch by Mark Olberding.
Mark Olberding. We just got that from
Now batting,
Bob
shortstop,
Downs, our
number
public
7
address
from
announcer.
Wabasso,
Bob's all over this
Adrian
stuff.
Tietz.
I just need to listen a little bit, that's all. All right, Adrian's up here. Follows it straight back off the screen. You know, funny thing, we talked in the previous game about that catcher indent on the screen, and it's still sitting down there. What was that? I can't remember his name. He went right into that screen. He's a big catcher out of the north. I'll find it, because I kind of want to label that spot right there and maybe do a chalk outline. Is it Jonathan Benson out of Brainerd? That's funny. All right, we have a 1-1 count. And the pitch from Gary. Breaking ball. Down and away, gets him swinging, gets him trying to chase. Adrian's from Wabasso. And the pitch, inside, ball, 2-2. We're back down to no wind here at Chaska. Earlier in the second game, we had a couple innings where the wind came into play. Ball low. The wind pushed what could have been a home run, just a little foul earlier, and it was blowing out to left. So from Craig Bauman, the head coach at Chaska, he says if the wind is going to blow, generally some weather comes in behind it, but we have no wind right now. The only wind we have is from the fan blowing on us behind us in this pressure cooker of a press box we're in. Kind of a crock pot. Full count, 1 out. Little tapper back to the mound. Gary fields his position. It's PFP time. I'm sorry, that is not Gary. That is Owen, or I'm sorry. That's Sam George. I've been saying this all wrong. I apologize. Sam
From
George,
Mankato East,
New Life
the third
Academy.
baseman, number 20, Riston Wojcik.
Sam George fields his position flawlessly. Makes a great flip to the first baseman.
It was not Oberding earlier. Oberding's at third base.
So I made a mistake on that one too, John?
PAI did, which we just witnessed.
Oh, oops. Well, I'm not a professional. We'll do our best with what we can see. The numbers are a little bit tough to see at times. We have lineup cards and everything, but... All right, we have a 2-0 count, two outs in the inning. Nice pitch by George. George pitching for New Life Academy, and his teammate, Parker Hibsch, is on the team, and those two pretty much dominated Class A in the teams they played for the most part this year. 3-1 count, pitch on the way. Ball 4. Ball 4 sends Riston Wojcik to first base. And that'll bring up from Rochester Mayo, Ian Regal. Ian's in the conversation for Mr. Baseball.
Number 18, the cleanup hitter, Ian Regal.
Swings at the first pitch, follows it back. Another one of those famous $1 foul balls. Oh, my partner John, he took off to get a foul ball, I think. Well, Regal finds himself in an 0-2 hole here. Sam George has been pretty tough with the breaking ball. He's got a nice fastball to mix with it. What's next? Looks like a changeup low.
Yeah.
1-2 count. Ian Regal, right fielder, out of Rochester Mayo, up to the plate. And he looks at strike 3, a nice breaking ball that caught the outside corner.
Okay,
Sam George gets out of that.
Let's see here. Number 6.
No runs, no hits, no errors. One left.
Dracula made that play.
Oh, Dracula made that play? That was a nice play. All right, we'll get our positioning straight here while we take a break. We'll be back for the second inning. And maybe we'll have a new announcer, who knows.
Without the tremendous support from our sponsors, especially Cambria, who sponsored the Home Run Derby, the banquet festivities, Minnesota Twins Community Fund. We'd also like to thank the High School Baseball Coaches Association, Canterbury Park, Shakopee Bowl, and if you're looking for a fun place to go to beat the heat with great food, check out the Shakopee Bowl. Twin City Orthopedics, trainers are on site all week. And Killamoo Root Beer, great tasting root beer with a legendary name. We invite you to stop at the concession stand, especially keep yourself hydrated this afternoon.
All right, and we're back, and I've been told I need the broadcast again here, so John wouldn't take over the reins for me. This is Don Gowerlich here. It's the top of the second. And up to the plate to hit, Parker Hipsch from New Life Academy. It's a swinging strike 1. Right back up the middle. Quick throw to first base. And retires Parker for the first out of the inning. Nolan Thompson showing off some PFP work. Our pitchers have been pretty good on the mound today, making some plays, showing their athleticism, because there have been a couple of hard hit balls up the middle. Now up, Adam Wall. It's from Woodbury, number 7 in your program. Nolan Thompson seems to be settling in. A couple of quick strikes here. That breaking ball came right across the heart of the plate. Time called. Outfield, infield seem to be playing at normal depth straight away. Breaking ball comes in for strike 3 as Wall looks at strike 3. That's a second out of the inning as they throw it around.
Left fielder from Matamida, number 10, Jacob Johnson.
All right, let's see what Jacob Johnson can do, the left fielder from Matamida. See if he can get a start with this inning for the Metro East, who leads 1-0. Curveball comes right in up at Jacob. Ducks out of the way, ball 1. Don't want anybody to get hurt, right? That fastball misses on the outside corner. Jacob takes a healthy hack at a 2-0 pitch. Follows it down the third baseline. Coach Setterlund showing off his skills. I have a feeling Coach Setterlund could still play. Ball hit to short. Short comes up, makes a nice clean play on the hop, and they just get him at first base. That's a nice play out there. That's Adrian Tietz. Beautiful play to retire the side for the Metro East. Now coming up for the South, who needs to rally. They're down 1-0. Be the middle to the bottom of the order for the South. Looks like we'll be looking at the fifth hitter, Mason Lembeck, Owen Sickink, and Brady Snell. We'll be back in a minute. All right, Mason Lembeck is up, and first pitch is a ball. Second pitch is a swinging strike. Mason is the center fielder in today's contest. He's at a Rochester Mayo. That curveball is low. Sam George has been in pretty good control so far. 2-1 count. Fastball up. And as I say that, he goes to a 3-1 count. Oh, that couldn't have felt good. Foul tip off the catcher. We're not quite sure where. Not quite sure we want to know where. But he's going to just make sure that all is well, and he gets himself gathered. Sam George has been pitching to his battery mate at New Life Academy, Sam Hipsch, and we're hoping that he's okay. Parker Hipsch. Sam George, Parker Hipsch. Looks like he's doing all right. Puts the mask back on. Coach Setterlund checks in on him and must have said some great words of wisdom to be able to get him all fired up and ready to go. We're on a full count, nobody out. And here's the pitch. Ball 4 to Mason Lembeck. That'll bring up Owen Sickink.
Left fielder.
The left fielder from Stewartville.
Number 11, Owen Sickink.
Owen's a left-handed hitter, and he'll have that whole right side open for himself. And center field starts to shade over towards right center a little bit. It's one of the first times we've seen a little bit of movement out there away from just playing straight up. Not a big lead at first base. Bit of a secondary there. Secondary lead. Probably 2.5, 3-step lead. Up. Bluffs a break. The ball. Second ball thrown. First base coach comes over, gives him a little advice. Gets a lead. Pitches on the way. Ball is swung on and fouled straight back. All right, we have a 2-1 count, runner on first base and no one out. What's going to happen next? Well, that pitch was inside. Nice play by Parker, sliding over there to make sure that that ball wouldn't get by. Sinkic from Stewartville. Oh my goodness, pulls that ball right down the first base line, goes into the right field corner. Runners advance. That will be a double, sliding double. Sinkic gives a roar to the dugout. Dugout returns and roars with approval. That gives us runners at second and third with nobody out. From Montevideo, Brady Snell will be coming up to hit.
From Montevideo, first baseman number 22, Brady Snell.
Brady's the 7th hitter in this game. He's the first baseman. I'm guessing pretty often in his games back home he's hitting 3rd or 4th. That's the thing with an all-star series. You have a bunch of hitters that, you know, somebody has to hit 7th, 8th, and 9th. They're probably used to hitting 2nd, 3rd, or 4th in their lineups. Big swing. Down and away, but that's a strike. I think Brady is looking to hit one up towards a tree somewhere. And the pitch. Okay, he hits it through the hole, gets by third base and short. That'll score 1. Left fielder bobbles a little bit, but gets it into the shortstop. Scores Mason Lineback from Mayo with their first run of the game. The South has now tied it up 1-1.
Catcher from Mankato East, number 14, Dylan Kopesky.
Runners on the corner, nobody out, and Dylan Kopesky from Mankato East. The catcher will be coming in to hit. In an all-star series event, you typically wouldn't have many first and third running plays drawn up. But who knows, maybe Brady has something up his sleeve over there. One game, nobody out. That fastball was on the outside part of the plate. Long run for the right fielder. Goes foul and hits the right field batting cage area there. 2 strikes on the hitter. Ball outside. Coach Matt Smith has been busy over at the first base coaching box, moving runners up throughout the inning. That curveball just misses in. Sam and Parker from New Life Academy working together. I can guarantee they know each other pretty well. Let's see if Brady leaves at first base, tries to take second. No, he doesn't. That curveball is up and in for a ball. Full count, nobody out. Sometimes coaches will send a runner in this situation. We'll see if Brady Snell wants to try to take second base. He's creeping off first base. He takes a little secondary. Ball is hit out to right field. And a nice play made out in right field, but it's going to score a run. It's going to allow the South to take a 2-1 lead. Big at bat for Dylan Kopeski. 1 out in the inning, runner on first, and then now you'll have your pitcher from Northfield, Nolan Thompson. Snell creeps off of first base. Thompson hits a soft ground ball to first base. Makes the play at first and immediately fires to second base to get Snell. So we have a double play to end that inning. The South does take the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. No one left on base. After 2 complete, South leading 2-1 over the Metro East. We'll be back.
For South, they scored 2 runs, 2 hits, there were no errors. There was 1 left on. We have a new score. South now leads 2-1.
Did we have a problem with him? No. Working on that aspect ratio?
I don't know how to. I haven't changed the thing since we started.
Gotcha.
It's working. I'm not gonna try to mess with it right now.
I get that.
So I just told them, it's like, hey, we know the camera's acting weird.
Hey, my team tied it up.
Nice. Like we know it looks weird, but.
Leading off for Metro East, first baseman, number 16 from Woodbury, Evan Kopech.
And we're back here. Evan Forman, Formanek. We have our Metro East coming up here, 2-1 in favor of the South, with 2 quick strikes from Nolan Thompson. I'm sorry, I was wrong on the name, Evan Prokopik. From Woodbury. Woodbury has a few players in this series.
Woodbury Royal.
Yep, Woodbury Royals. Adam Wall is also out here for Woodbury. Evan strikes out swinging.
Metro East is back around to the top of their order.
And that puts us
Their
at the
leadoff
top of the order.
Second baseman, number 5 from Roseville, Mark Oberding.
Mark Olberding will be the second baseman from Roseville. He's in the leadoff spot, 1 out. Nolan Thompson seems like he's kind of found a little momentum here. There's foul number 1,000 right there, going over the grandstand. Oh, is it one? John tells me it's 1,002. He's probably not wrong. Anywho. We're at 1-1 with 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning here from Chaska Athletic Park. Hey, guess what happened? Foul ball. Over by the right field batting cages.
15,582,612.
It's a lot of foul balls, John. Mark Olberding plays for Roseville. Very solid season. Great hitter. Really gave him a threat in their order. There's 2 Roseville players on the Metro East team. Jordan Daloff, who's been playing the outfield. Mark Olberding. Well, Mark's fighting off a 1-2 count. Slaps it to short. Short plays the 3rd hop. Adrian fires over to first base and gets him in time. As they throw it around, there's 2 outs.
From Park of Cottage Grove, shortstop, number 6, Brady Dracula.
Well, that'll bring up Park Cottage Grove's shortstop, Brady Dracula. Nolan Thompson's finding a groove. First pitch, curveball, strike. Second pitch, fastball, strike right on the corner. Mark Grandhofer behind the plate. He's been an umpire for many years and was a former head coach at Waconia High School. And third pitch is a strike. That ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. As we head to the bottom of the third, South leads 2-1.
The up and 3 down.
That baby blue is just, I think, Reagan's dad. Don't turn that up yet. All right, and we're back. With the South leading 2-1 and up in the bottom of the third, let's see what Sam George can do. And that first pitch is a strike. He's throwing hard. And we're at the top of the order. Kyle Bechtel. Strike 2. Caledonia's Kyle Bechtel. Up next will be Adrian Tietz from Wabasso, followed by Riston Wojak. Wow. Blew that by. Outside fastball. 1 out.
Shortstop from Wabasso, number 7, Adrian Tietz.
All right, Adrian's up right now, and he is our shortstop from Wabasso High School, and we'll see what Sam George has to offer. Another outside fastball that misses high. Sam has given up 2 hits and 2 runs, both in the last inning. All his defense has made an error. And the pitch. Ball gets away from the catcher, nobody on base, so no harm, no foul, right? 2 balls, 1 strike. That fastball hits the corner. Front edge of the plate. We're at 2-2. That is a tough pitch. I don't know what you can do with that besides foul it off. Maybe smack that to right field somehow. But and Adrian decides to go up the middle with that one. That goes right down the middle. So we have a runner on first base with 1 out. We'll see what Sam George can do from the stretch. Center field's excited because he got some action out there finally. He was looking a little bored. Poor guy. Kristen Wojak is up right now. Kristen's from Mankato East. Ian Regal will follow. That fastball is up and out to the zone, ball 1. That fastball hits the corner. Good catch. My lineup card flew out from the wind here in the press box, and someone caught it right in front of me. That ground ball goes to Olberding over to second base. That is a 5-4-3 double play. Well played by Metro East.
Around the horn, double play, ends the inning. Our score remains 2-1.
No runs, no hits, and no errors. I'm sorry, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Score remains 2-1 as we head to the top of the 4th.
You can do it for a while if you want. Let's kill that.
All right, Jordan Daloff coming on to face, or coming into bat here, facing Ian Regal. Regal, his first inning of work. Was Regal on the mound here for the South in relief of Nolan Thompson. Once again, that 5-inning limit is all you get. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fouled out. And that's only about the 1,500th foul ball we've had this weekend already. Just inside for a ball. South fans not happy about that one. You're not going to get that one just inside. 2-2 the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
From New Life Academy, pitcher number 11, Sam George.
Sam George comes up to bat here.
Stewartville, left fielder, Owen Sitkin.
Ground ball. Foul. Score lead remains 2-1 here. Nope. Thank you. Nothing in one the count. And the pitch. Just missed outside. And a foul ball. Nice cool 9,700 degrees outside today here in Chaska. No wind whatsoever. Swing and a miss. Other than the wind generated by our fan. Retired decider on the strikeout, and that'll do it. For the fourth, it'll be 2-1 to South on top still. After 4. All right, Mason McCurdy, the pinch hitter, coming in. Just misses for a ball. This is Ian Regal from Rochester Mayo on the mound in his second inning of relief work. Two and one the count. Regal facing McCurdy. Ooh, just missed outside. 3-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes to count to McCurdy. Another good game coming on down here at the All-Star Series. Encourage you, if you haven't been out here yet, get down here. Check it out. Some great baseball, great history. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And on top of it, a great ballpark to watch a game at.
From Eastridge, now batting number 1, Riley Schwellenbach.
Riley Schellenbach from Eastridge, one of the state champions this season. And the pitch. You got a couple more up on the north. Is it one or? Esco one. I know there's another state champion or 2 on the north side, as well as a couple, three players of the years. That north team is coming in with the burden of being the defending champs, but they got another loaded squad again this year.
From Hastings, number 4, Eddie Piney.
Piney coming in now to bat. And that's the one thing, too, during these All-Star Series events like this, you got everyone on the lineup's probably the number 1, 2, or 3 hitter, or sometimes even 4 hitter on their team, and now they're coming off the bench. They're batting 7th, 8th, 9th. Swung on a miss there, did Piney. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of inning number 5. And a stolen base. Goes to 2-1. Metro East team 0-1. South, yet this is their first game, and there's a called strike 3. That'll bring up number 15.
From St. Croix Preparatory Academy, number 15, Walker Posh.
Walker Posh. One ball, no strikes to count. So the standings right now, Metro South and North are both 1-0. Metro North and South yet to play or finish their game. South playing right now. We had Metro East and Metro West both 0-1. Well, they had really good, really close games too. Metro West lost 6-5. Metro East lost 2-1 earlier today. And a walk.
Metro East is back up to the top of their order. New leadoff hitter, number 2, from Stillwater, Alex Matchey.
Matchey to bat here. 2 down, 2 on. For Matchey from Stillwater, and the pitch. Up the middle, knocked the pitcher's glove off. Oh! Throwing error on that one. Here's a E5. Fielding it Catching error by the third baseman allows that run to come in.
Yep.
Shortstop, number 6 from Park of Cottage Grove, Brady DeCula.
That ties the game up 2-2 here. Inside pitch taken for a ball for Dracula. An unearned run comes in on that. Ball's missed inside off the catcher's glove. Manchi and Posh move up. 3-0 to count. With 2 out and 2 on. And here comes the pitch. Missed inside, ball 4 and a walk. And another mound visit. Two and all the count. Eagle struggling here now to face Cole Spitzer. Just got to breathe deep, refocus yourself here. Probably what the coach during the mound visit went out there and tell them to do is just, hey, settle in. You're here. Have fun. Just play catch. Settle back in and let the defense work for you. Three and one the count. And a called strike 2. Runners do not have to go unless they know that he's going home first. It's kind of the big thing you preach. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ian Ringel works himself out of that one. A run on 2 hits, an error. And our new score, 2-2 after 4.5.
Hey, who won the second game again? Who won the second game? North. North won 2-1.
North 6-5.
Oh, 6-5. That's right.
South 1-2.
That's right.
Or Metro South.
Now that you're warmed up, one more time.
All right, we're in the bottom of the fifth. This is Don Gowerluck again. And it is a 2-2 ball game. That last inning, Ian Regal really worked out of a jam
Now batting
and
from
made a
Red
great,
Wing.
I thought what was a great knockdown of the ball, hit up the middle. Scrambles after the baseball, has a fake to first base, has the third base runner off by about 10 feet. Throws probably the hardest ball he's thrown all day to the third baseman. I don't know if he could see it. It just blew right by him. So that's where we're at, 2-2 game with the South leading off the base hit. And that'll bring up from Cannon Falls, Elliot Nelson from Cannon Falls with Abraham Reinitz from Red Wing on first base with the hit through the hole at first between first and second. Let's see what Elliot Nelson's going to do right here. Now, we talked to the coaches about, hey, you can play to win. You can make sure everybody gets in. How do you want to do this? Do you want to be the guy who moves runners over, bunts a little bit? Never know. This might be time for a bunt. Or Elliot just figures, hey, let's take the big swing and see if we can get a double. Well, 2 quick strikes on Elliot Nelson. With nobody out, lead hitter on first base there in Reinitz. Solid line drive to third base, catches the runner off, but the first baseman also drifted with the runner. Didn't get back in time for a throw. Great play. Just a bam-bam play. Sam Gary with a line drive catch.
Number 5 from La Crescent.
Eli McCool from La Crescent Hoka.
Elias McCool.
And he's going to be hitting with a runner on first and 1 out. That hits the corner. That fastball hits the corner for a strike. Brady Dracula from Parker Cottage Grove is on the mound right now. Looks like it's going to be his ball game to win, or, well, I don't want to say it for the Metro East, so I'll say it for the South, or lose. Two-one count, hitters count. Hitters love this count. 3-1, they like this one even better because the pitchers really need to throw a strike. Outfield straight away. Right fielder is pretty far into the right field gap, though, and deep. And that ball is hit into the right center gap and deep. They had him scouted. They must have watched a number of Eli's games in La Crescent. From Rochester Century, Ryan Ohm is coming up. Two outs for Ryan Ohm. 1 ball, no strikes. Check that 1 ball and 1 strike. Our leadoff hitter singled. And then we had, oh, hey, guess what? Another foul ball. It's 1 and 2. Then we had a line out to third base.
This is George.
And a fly. Nope, this is Brady Dracula who's pitching right now. We had a leadoff single, a line out to third base, fly ball to right field for the second out. And, oh, I thought maybe our runner might be leaving. Didn't matter, it's strike 3. We're taking a 2-2 game into the bottom of the 5th. I'm sorry, into the top of the 6th. Through 5 complete. Score is 2-2. And we'll be back.
I know one of the bad boys.
All right, now we're at that point of the game where we're going to start seeing some new hitters coming into the game. Happens all the time, and that's a good thing. It's an all-star series, right?
Number 14, Aiden Walsh.
From St. Agnes, number 14, Aiden Walsh. Shot to center, and it's going to fall in front of the center fielder for a base hit on the first pitch. So Metro East is doing exactly what you want to do in order to start a rally, and that is get your leadoff guy on.
This is Russell Calhoun pitching.
Number 8, Sam Gary.
And if you're going to get your leadoff guy on, can't think of many better hitters than number 8, Sam Gary from Matamidi, to have him on for. He's a pretty good hitter. Can certainly hit gap to gap. We watched him in the home run derby today put a few balls into the trees. So if the water level went up a little bit on the river, well, we'll blame Sam Gary. Nice block by the catcher. Again, our catchers have been fantastic out here. Getting in front of baseballs, making good throws, calling a good game. So many elements to catching. Letting people know how many outs there are. Another great block. That's Dylan Kopeski. Mankato East's catching coach deserves a raise. Nobody out. First base runner is kind of jumping along and hopping along here, trying to draw some attention from the pitcher. Might have worked a little bit because now it's 3-1.
Looks like number 10.
Aiden Walsh over at first base with not much of a lead. Dives back. And the pitch. A fastball right down Broadway is fouled off. Cody Wickman from Russell Tyler Ruthven is on the mound. Cody is probably one of the players who's come from the furthest away, but I would venture to guess that our Roseau participant has the title on that one. Solid line drive to left field. Left fielder hardly had to move, so they had Sam Gary scouted. 1 out. Which brings to the plate from Stillwater, Mason McCurdy, the catcher. Stillwater's catcher for a couple years. Another nice block. Shift over by the catcher, Dylan Kopeski. Aiden Walsh looking for an opportunity. Not a big lead. Fastball right over the heart of the plate. Center fielder comes in and makes a catch and is going to try to double him up off of first, but nope. Not in time, and again, Aiden Walsh's jersey is unrecognizable as he slides head first into the bag. Watches the throw go by, but the catcher's there for a backup. Another element of the game for the catcher, backing up bases when you can.
Center fielder number 1, Riley Schwellenbach.
Riley Schwellenbach from Eastridge is up here with 2 outs. The leadoff hitter did get on base. They haven't been able to do anything with it. Metro East is thinking that, hey, wouldn't it be nice to get a runner to second base? Let's see what happens if we can do that. But we're not seeing a very big lead out of Aiden at first, which might make you think that he's going to look to steal. All right, chopper to third. Nice backhand by the third baseman. Throws across the diamond low, and he's safe at first base. Low throw, beat it out for an infield single. That is only the 4th hit of the game for the Metro East.
Single. He just beat him.
I take
Single.
that back. It's the 5th hit of the game.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if the third base coach or third baseman over there didn't quite have a good grip on the baseball. He made a great backhand play. Threw it across, but just didn't seem to have a lot on it. And that happens.
Rozo has everyone beat. 6 hours.
Well, our statistician extraordinaire, John Sands here, tells me that Rozo is 6 hours away as you go through Bemidji in the west side of Red Lake. And it's 240 miles, you say? No, 362 miles. 362 miles from Rozo. And that ball is dumped out in the right field. He has a bad route on it. It gets right over the top of his head. That ball is going to the wall. That'll bring in Aiden Walsh. And they're sending the runner behind him. And we have 2 runs scored for the Metro East. That ball appeared to be misplayed, allowing Schwellenbach and Walsh to score. It's tough to know if he was able to see that ball off of the bat. He looked like he just was coming right towards him, and then all of a sudden he's turning and then heading towards the wall. Ball gets over his head. It's a 4-2 ball game with 2 outs. Talk about a clutch hit. Chopper to second base, makes the play, and that ends the inning. But right now, our hero is Eddie Piney from Hastings with the double to right field.
Metro East pushes across 2 runs. We go into the bottom of the 6th. Our new score, 4-2.
All right, we are back in the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the South is from Sleepy Eye, Nick Milkey. Nick Milkey will be followed by Ashton Vaughn out of Winona. So now Nick Milkey has the job of being that leadoff guy who gets on base. Brady Dracula's had a 2-1 count. Just threw a strike on a 2-0. Got him to swing at that, ground at the third, cross the diamond, first base, and he makes the tag. A little bit awkward on that play. First base kind of lost track with his feet of where he was at and just decided, hey, I'm going to tag the runner to be sure. When in doubt, tag that runner out. That was Walker Posh from St. Croix Prep making that play at first base.
From Winona,
With throw from Sam Gary.
Ashton Vaughn.
That'll bring up Ashton Vaughn. Ashton Vaughn again from Winona. Number 13. On deck is Cody Wickman from RTR. 1 out. Nice curveball by Brady DeCrula. Wow, that thing spun his hat off.
One of the best nicknames in the game, the Windhawks.
The Windhawks, you say, John?
Winona Windhawks.
Winona Windhawks. I'm going to take your word for it.
Then you got Winona Cotter Ramblers.
Okay. John's doing all sorts of trivia up here. Winona Cotter Ramblers and Winona Windhawks. It's good to have John up here. I don't know what I'd do without this information, but that's great. Hey, time is called here. Ashton Vaughn says, hey, mosquitoes are buzzing. I need a little break here. And the pitch. Foul ball number 1050.
Oh, you missed it. I jumped it up to like 15,000.
Oh, okay. All right, John is saying there's been 15,000 foul balls. He might not be wrong. And a little tapper up in the air for the second baseman. Nice, easy play. It's like Alex Matchy made that play, huh? That's 2 down. So the Metro East is thinking, hey, if we can get to the 7th inning, maybe throw an insurance run on the board, we can take this thing. In the South just needs to start a 2-out rally. As some baseball players have once said, all the best parties start after 2, and you're invited. And so number 8, Cody Wickman from RTR is starting out the party at 2. Andrew Phillips from NRHEG.
From
New Richland, Heartland, Ellendale, Geneva. This is Andrew Phillips at the plate. And then we'll have Landon Meyerdirk from Fairmont next. Curveball comes across from Brady. Runner on first, 2 outs, 1 strike. Metro East leads 4-2. Just missed the plate. Umpires have been working hard out here. They came in with light blue shirts, and boy, they are soaking through a little bit right now. Been working very hard. You know, throw at first base, a pickoff attempt, and that ball is heading down to the right field corner, everybody. When you throw it here at Chaska away, it is a 2-base error. I don't know that it was that bad of a throw, but it's sometimes there's some things in the background that make it a little tough to see the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand at that angle. We talked about the best parties start after 2. Now we have a runner on third base, and the South really needs this run. Breaking ball hits the low part of the strike zone. 1-2. Oh, that ball gets by the catcher. Catcher has to reach, and the run scores just exactly what the South needed. It is 4-3. It's tough for the catchers because they can set up in one spot, but the ball can be thrown in another. And if they get caught on one knee and they're reaching, it's not the easiest place to be able to shift the body and get to it. And I think that's what happened here. Catcher was looking outside while the pitch went inside. Just barely missed the umpire, actually. Scoots by, hits off the glove, and run scores. Well, it's time to start a new rally here. Andrew Phillips, 2-2 count with 2 outs. 2s are wild. Full count. Center field shaded a little bit towards right center. Right fielder's pretty deep in the right center gap. And the ball's tapped to the shortstop. Third hop, gets under his glove, picks it up, and throws it away. That ball is headed pretty far to the right field corner, and that runner is breaking towards third, and he's going to make it. Oh, and he almost had a chance for a back pick there. If the runner would have taken one more step, I think we'd have had a throw at third. A lot of excitement here from the South crowd. We're at 4-3. That was another error, and the Metro East has made. Oh, Metro East made two errors on that play. We're at 4 errors for the game. Well, you get the first 2 outs really quick. You just need the third one. Landon Meyerdirk has a chance to be a hero to tie it up. It'll be interesting to see what Brady Dracula can do in the 7th inning if he gets a chance to go out there and finish this thing. He was cruising along, and the South started the party. We have a pop-up to the first baseman. That is caught. A little bit of an adventure as he hits that edge of the skinned area of the infield with the outfield grass. But makes the catch. 1 run on 1 hit and 3 errors.
Our new score, 4-3, going into our final 7th inning.
We're in the 7th inning now, top of the 7th, and the Metro East is going to take a 4-3 lead into that inning. We'll be back.
Ooh! Base hit by Matchy.
Well, we're back in the 7th inning, and the spark plug of the Metro East, Alex Matchy. First pitch, a bloop to center field in front of the center fielder. And as we know about Alex Matchy from game 1, he has some speed. He has the ability to change the game just by himself. And they need a run to give themselves a little cushion. Brady Dracula is up right now from Parker Cottage Grove, and he fouls one straight back. Yep, 2 for flinching for that young man. Straight back to the screen. A kid looks at it, and he's like, ugh. 1 strike. Let's make that 2 strikes. Breaking ball, top of the strike zone. Nobody out. Top of the 7th. Little chopper in front of the plate. Pitcher picks it up, slides a little bit, throws it to first base for the out. Kind of one of those swinging bunts. But gets the job done right. Moves the runner around. Sometimes that's all you need to do is just tap it somewhere, make
From
anything
St. Paul
happen.
Central, number 3, Cole Spitzer.
That'll bring up St. Paul Central's Cole Spitzer. He pitched earlier today. A lot of curveballs. Like that one that got away from the catcher. And now we have a runner at third with 1 out. Coach Smith is coming out from Winona. He gives him the sign to come in. He wants his infield to play for the play at the plate. What a nice block behind the plate there from that catcher. A solid line drive to center field. Gets by the center fielder as he dives. He's off to the races here. Rounding second, heading towards third. Right fielder comes in. And we don't see a blazing Byron Buxton kind of speed as he stands up at third base. And that is it for the lead or for the triple that'll score a run. Great effort by the center fielder, but the dive comes up just a little short. Ball skips by.
No, hit.
Ball skips by for the triple. And the right fielder has to go about 60 yards to get that ball. And if anybody has ever run 60 yards, and that's a baseball timing type of thing, if you're running full speed, you might get there in 7 seconds, which gives the runner enough time to make it from home to third. And by the looks of our track star, Cole Spitzer, at third base, probably needed a little bit more than 7 seconds to get to third base. But he was running his hardest. Takes a long time to make that play. Looks like we're going to change pitchers. Crowd gives a nice round of applause for the departing pitcher. Nick Milkey's done. And that'll bring in Adrian Tietz from Mobasso with a runner on third and 1 out. Well, that makes the hole for the South a little tougher. Metro East needs this game. That would put them at 1-1. If Metro East can be 1-1, that sets up a matchup with the Metro South and the South tomorrow if this score holds.
No. Wrong team.
Wrong team. Sorry. Number 7 from Wabasso, Adrian Tietz.
Well, the lights have just come on here at Chaska.
It's going to be a long night.
That means we're going to buckle up and be here till about midnight.
Midnight, I was told 2.
2 in the morning is our limit, John? All right, John would know.
2 o'clock in the morning, then we're going to get going at.
You
8
sleep in
a.m.
your
the
car
next-
here overnight and
then
be
we're
ready
gonna
for
start
tomorrow's
at
9
8
o'clock
a.m. the
game.
next day.
Yes. I am not going to do that.
Me neither.
Should just park an RV out beyond right field, put a sign up there saying "hit me,"
From St.
and camp out all weekend.
Number 14, Aiden Walsh.
All right, Aiden Walsh is up right now for the Metro East. He had a couple of tough errors in the last inning, but he's made some great plays along the way and some hustle plays for sure. One out, top of the 7th, 5-3 game. Adrian comes in kind of a tough spot here. I mean, and that's an understatement. You have your infield in, so your shortstop and second baseman are literally 20 to 25 feet away from you. If you spit, you have to watch out where it lands so it doesn't go on their shoe. They want to make the play at the plate. And he started out with a 2-0 count, hits the outside corner for a strike. Looks like he has a nice lively arm. Center field's really shallow. The corners went deeper.
Pitch clock.
All right, John is talking about the need for a pitch clock right now. What a nice pitch on the outside corner there. 2-2 count to Aiden Walsh. Again, the center fielder is pretty shallow. Right and left fielders are average depth. That curveball misses high. So with one out, if he walks Aiden Walsh, it's not the end of the world because then you can reset your middle infield and get them at double play depth. That ball's hit past the third baseman through the hole. Brings in a runner. And Aiden Walsh wipes out, and he signals that he's safe going around first base. You know, just one more spot on his uniform that isn't dirty. Well, now it is. So. Nice piece of hitting by Aiden Walsh from St. Agnes. We'll bring up Sam Gary from Matamidi.
Number 8, Sam Gary.
Pitcher comes set. In the pitch. Outside ball. Really nice crowd here at Chaska. Folks all the way around the ballpark. Beautiful night for baseball as it cools off a little bit. Ball hit the third base. Hot shot. Thrown to second base. See if we can get 2. Double play gets him out of the inning. Nice pitching. And a nice pitch and play by the infield using his defense. Adrian Teets gets him out of this inning, but it's as we head to the bottom of the 7th, the South needs 3 to play on, 4 to walk off. We'll be back.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mentioned earlier, if the Metro East can hold on to this, they'll be 1-1 in pool play. South would go to 0-1. Metro South is 1-0. And if the South can beat the Metro South, then we start talking about tiebreakers. Tiebreakers come into play by how many runs you've given up, how many runs you've scored. And there's a tiebreaker down the line that even includes home runs and strikeouts.
Number 9, Nick Robertson.
Let's hope we don't get to that. The South is hoping to foil that plan. Nick Robertson from Austin leads off for the South. His job is to get on base, right? Dracula has other ideas, and he throws a curveball in for a strike. Two on count. Shot hit the left field, tailing away from the left fielder, but he's fast enough to make the play. Nice running catch out there for Eddie Piney from Hastings, who's got the old-time stirrups going on.
From Byron.
Trends come back around, don't they? That'll bring up number 12, Jake Cushionet from Byron. And I'm sorry, Jacob, if I messed up your name. I have the last name of Gowerluck. It gets butchered all the time. Byron had a nice had a nice season this year. Many times ending up in the rankings for 2A. A lot of talent there, just outside of Rochester. 3-0 count. Almost a 4-pitch walk. That one caught the top end of the strike zone. 3-1 count. Time for the South to attempt their rally. Foul back. You know, this is another one of those games. Metro East is leading 6-3, but they have 4 errors. And the South, on the losing end right now, 6-3, has 1 error. I don't know. It's a head scratcher. They always talk about pitching and defense. The South just drew a walk, but I don't know. A couple of our games today, we've had more error. The team that's had more errors have won. Has won. All right, so that brings up Eli McCool from La Crescent Hoka. The runner on first. Popped up to the second baseman. Play is made, 2 outs.
Back around to the top of the order. Number 17, Ryan Ohm from Rochester Century.
This brings us down to the South's last chance. Ryan Ohm from Rochester Century. He's the guy who needs to keep this game going so he can get to Adrian Tietz from Wabasso in an attempt to at least try to tie. Two-one count. We have a 3-1 count. As they say, this is a hitter's count. And ball 4. This creates the drama we've been looking for. Adrian steps up from Wabasso with runners on first and second. Does he have a dramatic home run in him?
Wabasso, Adrian Tietz.
Adrian Tietz, who has done some pitching today, has also played in the infield with a chance to do some damage here. Ball one on the inside. Maybe his job is just simply to get Ashton Vaughn from Winona to hit and just keep the line moving. We'll see. Ball 2. Kula seems to be having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. There he finds it. So it's 2-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Everything you practice for right here. A chance to keep the game going. Center field shaded a little bit to left center. Average depth for the outfield. Infield's at average depth. Not really protecting the lines. 3-1 count. And the pitch. Chopper to first base. And heading foul. That means we have runners on first and second, a full count, 2 outs, and on the pitch, the runners will be moving. Any ball to the gap here could at least score 1, if not 2, with that runner on first base running hard to second. Let's see what happens here. Chopper to third, foul. Runners were in motion. They go back and reset. And let's do this again. Full count, 2 down. Metro East leading by 3. Here comes the South. Strike 3. Batter is out. Fastball in the outside corner. And that ends the game. Metro East final score 6-3 on 8 hits, 4 errors. South 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. And the Metro East will wait and see what happens with the Metro South and the South playing at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll be starting our next game with a new link on our Twitter feed at MSHSBCA in about a half hour. That features the North and the Metro North. The Metro North will be your home team. The North has already played once. The Metro North, this is their first game of the day. The North is 1-0. All right, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We'll see you in a little bit.